Add in fertiliser runoff and farm effluent, and it's a very different story from how it began. So the river that starts out as this, so good it's bottled, ends up like this. Contaminants such as E. coli mean it's not safe to swim in, let alone to drink. The most pressing problem is not discharges from towns and industries. NIWA testing over 20 years shows it's water in pastoral areas that's the growing worry. Runoff from farms means markedly more nitrogen and phosphorus in the water, which leads to choking weed growth, less oxygen, and more toxic algal blooms. Of any industry, dairying cops the most criticism for its impact on New Zealand's clean green image. It's undoubtedly the backbone of our economy, with annual exports in excess of $10 billion. But greater intensification and bigger herds are placing increasing pressure on our waterways as more fertiliser, urine and dung ends up in the water. Dirty dairying, as it's become known.
What we've got with dairying is a hugely successful industry that has grown rapidly over the last 10 to 12 years. So yes, we have an impact, and we're having an increasing impact.
Fonterra is by far the largest dairy cooperative in the country, collecting 97% of New Zealand milk. Barry Harris from Fonterra makes a surprising admission.
We didn't have the focus on sustainability that in hindsight we should have had.
So mistakes have been made?
Mistakes have been made.
How serious were those mistakes?
Mistakes, the focus was on growth without recognising that we needed to put more attention into how we were going to mitigate the environmental impacts of that growth.
What were the consequences of those mistakes?
The consequences of those mistakes are that we've had a level of increased nutrients and bugs into some of our waterways greater than there would have been otherwise. But we still have very, very high water quality in New Zealand by international standards.
Only our cows are free to roam all year round.
It's certainly something we trade on, and Fonterra benefits from.
Anchor, the free-range butter company.
Fonterra and its products are recognised as being clean and green and of very, very high quality.
Is it a lie, though, to say we have a clean, green country when you can't swim in 90% of our lowland rivers?
I don't believe it's a lie. It's not. These things are not black and white. The reality is that the issues around the impact that farming in New Zealand have on the environment, I think, get overstated and beaten up in New Zealand. But I accept that it's not pristine, and it's a reputation that we've got to be very careful that we hold on to.
Yeah, I think the way we look at it, we're just caretakers of the land. That's the way to probably look at it. And in the meantime, we get to live here, we get to raise a family, and we get to enjoy a pretty good life. Can't ask for too much more than that.
Martin Bennett and his wife Judith run an environmental award-winning farm in the South Waikato. They believe that being mindful of the environment leads to better, cheaper farming, as well as benefits for the Little Waipa River, which runs through the property. Planting along its banks helps absorb nutrients before they get into the river. How good is this water right here, right now?
Good enough for you to drink.
You reckon?
I think it's good enough to drink.
It seems kind of wrong to be drinking water from a spring right next to a dairy farm. You're telling me this is perfectly safe?
It's perfectly safe, high quality water.
It looks very clear. I'll give it a go. And it tastes great. It tastes better than the bottled stuff.
It's the same as the bottled stuff. But it's fresh from the farm, so it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fantastic water.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
As if to prove the purity, a freshwater crayfish makes its presence known.
Ow! Oh. There you go.
Good nippers, has he?
Yeah, he did. He nipped me.
Martin Bennett is convinced more farmers are taking seriously their environmental responsibilities. It's clear he has little tolerance for those who don't.
Our credibility as an industry is absolutely vital to us, and so we have to cherish it.
What do you say to those repeat offenders who continue to pollute our waterways?
They just don't belong in our industry, I believe.
So what of that repeat offender we tracked down?
I can feel them there. That's my way of pregnancy testing. It's quick. I don't do my wife's way. I can feel the calf egg and you push the egg.
On the North Island's Central Plateau, Alan Crafer co-owns the biggest private dairy operation in the country.
I can make a stab at it and I'll be 50% right.
What do you pick?
I think that's a bull calf by the feel of it.
As much of a character as he is, Alan Crafer has probably had more convictions for water pollution than any other farmer. He and his farming companies have been prosecuted 7 times. A hearing for an 8th prosecution is pending. After initially declining to speak to us, Alan Crafer eventually agreed to an interview. You've been described as a poster boy for dirty dairying. How do you react to that?
Well, that's disappointing. We were very disappointed with that. You know, we're just a dairy farming family trying our best.
One judge called your offending insidious and carelessness of the highest order.
We're quite hurt by that sort of comment, but I mean, there's no way we can do anything about that, really.
You don't accept that it was carelessness of the highest order?
No, we don't, but it's one man's opinion. So
it was the judge's opinion?
It's just one man's opinion. You know, we never intend to deliberately pollute anything, but accidents sometimes happen.
Alan Crafer has been a dairy farmer all his life. It's all he knows. And he maintains his operations have now spent several $1 million improving their effluent disposal. And what about the Tui Brewery and those poor workers? Well, there are glimmers of hope. Tui has reduced contaminants in its wastewater, and the real Mangatinoka is once again safe to swim in. But for every sign of improvement is a message of gloom. Magnificent as it looks on the surface, what's underneath is anything but. Scientists say fresh water quality is deteriorating, and the time to act is fast running out. You've been battling for cleaner waterways now for many, many years. How would you assess the progress we've made?
Yeah, I don't see anything changing. I just see it getting worse. We have to realise that we've been on borrowed time. We've been getting away with it. It doesn't mean that we should keep on doing it. You know, now that the reality's starting to hit, then we know we have to do something about it.
The best restaurants are a combination of excellent service, fabulous decor, and of course the food. Oh, yum, oh, I'd eat that. Oh, yum. Anyway, join me when we'll be live from the Cuisine Restaurant of the Year Awards. Tomorrow, Campbell Live.
To catch one monster,
The copycat of serial rapist Andrew Jenkins is on the loose.
he'll need to use another.
Any idea where he's keeping her?
No. But that can be a dangerous game. Lie to Me, tomorrow on 3.
When it comes to home and building glass, only one name should come to mind. Smith & Smith. We've been in glass since 1875. So call the locals who know glass best on 0800 80 90 80.
Looking for New Zealand's hottest carpet deal? Well, here it is. It's our lowest price carpet sale and it's on now. Prices slashed by up to 30%. Plus pay nothing till 2010. You will not buy cheaper. Make the call!
Centrum is complete with the right nutrients at the right levels to maintain your good health, like antioxidants to support immunity and B group vitamins for daily energy. Do you live life at 100%? Centrum, complete from A to Zinc.